Hi, and I'm Terry Lopez-Preuss, NBCT. I'm a career educator, public school teacher, and I'm the vice president of the Broward Teachers Union. I'm also a badass teacher, and badasses know that there is a terrible assault on education. And in Florida, we're having a terrible assault on education and on civilization as it is due to Hurricane Irma. But prior to Hurricane Irma coming, people of color, people of poverty were already under assault. And now this is the first time, it's Friday, that I even leave the neighborhood where I rode out the storm. My mother and dad, my dad's in his 90s, my mom is 87. They lost electric for several days. We were under a boil water order. I fortunately live close to them. But between cleaning up the leaves that had fallen, car troubles, a car being pinned into our home that we can't get out, I'd just been busy taking care of my own family. And now, today I'm going to a local high school. Look over here, you can see the amount of trees that are, in front of people's homes here in this little Dania Beach community. But 8 of our schools in Broward County are offering free meals, water, and ice to people in the community. So I'm going out to help those people. I've got my house secure. I've got most of the leaves and trees out of the areas where they affect traffic and they affect my family. I have my parents now having enough water, and they got their electric back. So it's time to go help other people. And I hope that this is the attitude that we can have going forward as a community of Floridians, as a community in Broward, and as Americans. People helping people. That's how we're going to mend. And we're not just going to mend in this time of disaster. We're also going to mend as a nation with the assault that we have on our people. That's the school, Olson Middle School. It looks like they're getting ready for school on Monday. Today's Friday, school starts on Monday. We're hoping the majority of the teachers will be ready to come back. There's a big tree down. Can you see that tree down at the Olson Center? As a community of educators, we need to be there for one another. And just as Irma is a tragedy and has devastated us, what's going on in Washington and in Tallahassee right now is devastating us. And I want us all to think of it as a storm that is assaulting our sensibilities, our way of life, our children's welfare, our educational system, public education as we know it. And when I saw Irma coming in and I saw the destruction and the devastation, and depending on what city you were in, you were hit harder. Some cities were completely obliterated. Some cities just got water damage. That's really how this whole assault is working with the charter schools and the over-testing of children. Some communities are assaulted more than others if they get a stronghold in your community. So I'm relating the two. I'm relating Irma to the assault. And when I see Rick Scott out there, being the great governor, I just want to shake my head because, he's acting like, he's helping the people to get what they need during the hurricane, but at the same time, he's robbing the people and their taxes and giving away money to private entities and charter schools. So, I'm thinking of Rick Scott as a hurricane. I'm thinking of Rick Scott as Irma, and I'm making major analogies as I go out today to help citizens who haven't had a meal. I wish that all the people would realize that we need to go out there and help one another as people who need a meal, because that is how the educational system is being treated. We are being treated as if we have a storm hitting us, and some of us will lose all the trees around us, some of us will lose clean water, some of us will lose our buildings. I'm making these analogies, and maybe I'm a little more philosophical than I need to be, but it's scary times. And having this disaster of Irma in Florida, and being this the first time in a week that I've been able to get out to go and help people, I think it's what we got to do. We got to go out, we got to help others, and we've got to help let the community know that we are being assaulted, that there is a storm of brew, and the storm is called education reform. Terry Lopez-Preuss, career educator, badass teacher, and vice president of the Broward Teachers Union. We got to be aware.